Hey everybody, just realized it's been a while since I've vlogged, and I just want to talk about something real quick. I want you to check out this trailer from Alien Isolation that I just saw on Xbox 360. Just take a look.
Whatever it was big and...
You sure took him into the air shaft?
Disappeared into one of the cooling ducts.
This plan is crazy. Some kind of suicide.
I had a problem with this because all it said was that here's a preview of Alien Isolation. And then when it started and I started hearing all the dialogue and seeing the characters, I thought, they just changed the game? So is this another fucking prequel? Like what Colonial Marines was? And, okay, just for reference, I only played the first part of Colonial Marines that my friend Brandon and I did a while ago, and we didn't think it was, gameplay-wise, we didn't think it was that bad. Granted, I mean, we only played like a half hour of it. I imagine if we had played more of it, a lot of the, well, you know, I mean, we weren't caring all that much about the story, and from everything I've heard about it, the story was already pretty terrible, and I actually had no interest in that game either when I first heard about it. But this, I don't know what to expect from Alien Isolation. Hopefully it'll be good. But when I saw this preview of what's meant to be a pre-order for this game, I first thought, like, wait, so you're no longer playing as Ellen Ripley's daughter, who's going in search for her. You're replaying the movie Alien? But no, it's a pre-order. You know, only people who've really seen and enjoyed the movie Alien are going to probably want to play this game. But if they're going to pre-order and want to play the game of the movie Alien, and if it is going to go by the movie, why would you want to play that? You already know how it ends. And, well, first of all, I imagine there's not going to be that much to play because it's a pre-order, so it's only going to be about an hour. And there might not be that much gameplay, and it might not be that interesting. Unless, you know, maybe they actually do something creative. I kind of doubt it. I just don't really know how to feel about this. I'm conflicted. Of course, I haven't pre-ordered anything in a long time. I'm trying to remember what was the last game. The last game, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't a pre-order either. It was a reservation that I made, and that was for Skyrim. Of course, when I was first playing Skyrim, I was feeling a little disappointed by it at first, but but then I did get a little bit more into it. But I haven't pre-ordered a game in a long time. I think the last thing I ever pre-ordered was probably the last Tool album. I think it was the last thing I ever pre-ordered or reserved a copy for, which was, you put down $5 for it, and they held on to a copy of it for you, and when you went in at midnight, you picked it up and paid for the rest of it. Of course, that's just because I'm just a hardcore fan, but that's about the same with any game, but as it's already been pointed out, pre-orders are kind of pointless, because major stores should have those games anyway. And in a way, it's like they're holding a game ransom. Now, I've never actually dealt with this, but I've heard stories about how places like GameStop, where if you want to pick up a particular hot item that just came out, and they're going to give you the spiel about, oh, well, did you pre-order it? And if you say no, they say, oh, well, we can't just, give you a copy because the company only gives us so many copies for however many pre-orders we set up. That's bullshit. You should have a game in stock. If you are a major store that sells video games, you should have a fair amount of games for people to buy, especially if it's going to be a popular item. Fuck pre-orders. That's stupid. And all this bullshit pre-order content that's later going to become available as a DLC anyway, or you can wait for the Game of the Year edition and get the whole thing on disc. It's so stupid. And then seeing this just makes me go, I don't want to play that. I already know how it ends. I am kind of interested in Alien Isolation, given the fact that it's meant to be more of a survival horror style game. I forget what. I think it is primarily coming out for the next gen. I don't know if it is also coming out for last gen. But a while ago, I already did kind of make a decision that I am going to buy a PlayStation 4, because seeing that gameplay trailer for No Man's Sky really got me interested. Just just the transitions from being on land and hopping into your spaceship and taking off, and it looks like you have full and complete control over your ship when you take off, and there's no load times, that it's just a smooth transition between planet side and up in space, and then flying around and having space combat, being able to fly and do and go wherever you want, go to another planet and fly along the surface of it, and then eventually land if you want to, and explore, and the fact that it's supposed to be an ever-changing galaxy that's always different, and that's the sort of thing I would have dreamed about playing when I was a kid. Now, if only they could work in lightsabers in there, too. That would be awesome. That would be perfect. So there's that. Arkham Knight looks pretty awesome, too, especially given the fact that they're giving you the Batmobile now. Maybe I'll get one around Christmas, if I can afford it. Also raises the question of what other big games are coming out that'll really have my interest. Alright, so there was that rant about pre-orders. I think pre-orders are stupid. I just think they are. You shouldn't have to pre-order a game before it comes out. You should just be able to go to a store, be it a major store or a small store, and if they have a copy, you should just be able to get it. And if you don't want the stupid pre-order bonus, that I'm sure isn't much, and yeah, maybe for a really big Alien fan, that might be something. But why would you want to play a game story that you already know how it ends? You already know the twists. And you already know that you can't change anything that happens. Because those people, spoilers, those people have to die for the story to work, because that's what happened. You can't just change canon, Aliens, Colonial Marines, especially if it makes no sense, if it's supposed to coincide with everything else that happened, especially everything else that we know that happened, and then you give such a shitty explanation as to why and how this happened. That's called shitty writing, is what that is. Alright. That's enough of me ranting. The only other news I have to report is that Andy and I decided that we're going to start doing the podcasts every 2 weeks. So there won't be one this weekend. We will do one next weekend. And I was thinking maybe we could do a subject on superhero video games, because there's a shit ton. There are the early years, the very, very crappy years, the arcades, and then currently, where now it seems now it actually seems like we have a good handle on what are good superhero games to even awesome superhero games. And we had so few of those when we were kids. Alright, enough of my ramblings about pre-order bullshit. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.